group. Faze only just falling to Vitality and Cloud9 on their run through, beat G2 and the Outsiders to get to the playoffs. And they were, keep in mind, the only team who got seeded to the quarterfinals to actually win their match. Faze had to grind their way through FURIA and Force, and now we find ourselves in a grand final with over $1 million on the line. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of change, Janko.
It's life-changing money, you know, absolutely. And I think probably more importantly so for Karrigan, Rain, it's the fact that, you know, you're cementing an era after playing for such a long time. And Twistzz could absolutely make history being the first player to do it 2 times.
Yeah, especially with the downturn Faze have had in the recent few months, this would be such a sigh of relief. And that's all the more interesting for Cloud9. They'll get curious.
Yeah, Shiro's making moves already. Rops holds for it, and so there's the advantage for Faze Clan. Delivered to them by Shiro with the dual Berettas.
Not known for his pushing.
Now, it's an interesting way for him to start off, right? Trying to get stuck in, trying to be proactive in the pistol round, but it's left him a man down. It's left him in a bad way. Hobbit up close. They will check for him, but it's a little labored from Brokey. Hobbit would love another kill here, but he's boxed in and run down. Rain and Karrigan with a kill apiece. Rain's inside the site now, closing the distance, and with NaVi dead, it's all over! Rain starts this one off strong. And over on the desk, they were saying he can be a swing player. He can be someone, that X factor to make a difference. He arrives, lights out form in the pistol round.
Listen, man, if you're a Cloud9 fan, you don't want Rain catching fire, which sounds ludicrous when you say it out loud. But, you know, I've been there in Miami when we were playing with Faze and against Liquid, and he just had one of those games, and there was nothing Liquid could do. You know, like he had like 20+ kills on the CT side of us too. And the guy is really insane. So if he starts feeling it early, then Cloud9 is definitely in trouble, you know, because of their style too. So much aim heavy, right? Well, good luck winning an aim battle against Hot Rain.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you know, even back in Antwerp, he played such a role there, right? Like when he is in his stride, when he is just on that role, he's very, very hard to put a stop to. Don't get it every game.
Yeah, keep in mind that Faze started their Grand Slam run in a Katowice without Rain. They had to use a stand-in JKS who showed off, and then Rain, people came for his head, but he proved them all wrong straight after. That made you talk about Harry back at Antwerp, taking the MVP as well. Cloud9 an awkward smoke on the short side. Faze move up, contact. Very common to see just this conga line of T's working through toilets and short. Faze with no information given to Cloud9. Now they announce it. NaVi, he's been in stellar form and he will start a strike first.
Yeah, lovely dig to open from the captain of Cloud9. But with this smoke down, Faze already in. Buster's got to watch his back. Run down is NaVi, but the kills still favor the Cloud9 squad. Getting awkward now with Twistzz dead. Rops can't do it. Axel's running down from long. The reply is immediate. And it's NaVi to open.
We've been seeing this all tournament, right? No team's able to convert second rounds. Players coming on saying these are the hardest rounds in Counter-Strike right now. These are the most difficult to put away, especially those T4 spies with 4-5 Galils, but even Cloud9 with just Deagles and armor, able to make it look easy.
And I think FaZe wanted this round to go faster, but that smoke at Divider, it was a little bit missed, I think, by Cloud9, and that confused FaZe, perhaps. Perhaps they thought it was a bait. You know, like they're inviting you to come through it and there's a stack there, I'm not really sure. But it bought enough time for Cloud9 to rotate back to A.
Ooh. FaZe have now forced up on their own accord, but with Rops opening, Axile needs a bit of a helping hand getting out of the connector. Shiro running out of ammo. Axile now spotted, but he does get the better of Rain. Hello, look at Karrigan trying to open the back door into the A play. He will get that kill. Brokey's found another. The backstab lands for FaZe. And Cloud9 are left retaking. NaVi moving up, but it's a 2v4. If he doesn't get a kill quickly, if he doesn't find something to entice Cloud9 into this retake, it's going to be a done deal.
You don't want to save this early in the game, not with this much on the line, not with this much weaponry and utility. Cloud9 have a good chance of doing it, but Karrigan under the smoke sees some feet, takes NaVi out, and Buster is forced to surrender. Man, Rops with already 2 opening kills in this game as well. He's actually been the second highest T-side rated player of this entire tournament. And this is a guy that, you know, people rather often criticize for not always being with the pack, for sometimes, you know, being left alone. I mean, it was even Faze. Maybe it was at Dallas where they played Cloud9 and we saw him, you know, lurking late on Inferno, and Cloud9 got a last-second 3v3 retake and a 3v4. Under a lot of criticism, but he's played well at this event.
And I mean, this round, it begins and you're like, how can FaZe win this? I mean, there's no utility, there's nothing, but there's risk-taking, there's aggression, right? You could see the positioning Karrigan was in, completely unexpected, drops with that great entry kill, causes some rotations from Cloud9, and they're right back in it.
A lot of long space being taken by Rain as well, and Twist is even trying to trap Shiro up top.
Hobbit knows he has the timing once that molly comes out, and so he into the bathrooms trying to displace Hobbit, but he's up close on the flower beds. Rain with a flashbang. Won't get him off the angle, needs to be cautious. Now they learn about Shiro, but that's a clean tap. Rain doing it all. The A site now overran, the A site now taken, and Karrigan's even assaulting B in the meantime. NaVi is stuck in the middle, stuck in no man's land. And it's not where he wants to find himself. He's boxed in on either side right now.
FaZe looking final form, I'll say that. They are the final boss right now. What a round from Rain. And NaVi, even the save isn't guaranteed here. Karrigan's creeping through. Rain's cleared the top site. NaVi will have to make noise. For now, he's just holding on, hoping they avoid him and divert past that. They will. 20 seconds. FaZe going for the plant. How curious does Karrigan get?
I think he might. I think he's mental enough to clear this. I honestly think he's mad enough to do it. Oh, Karrigan! Wow! And so they even removed that M4 right at the end. FaZe up 5-1. This
for FaZe as well, even if it is Cloud9's pick. That's a nice shot for Axar, though. Deeks coming out. Every round can be winnable in a matchup like this. We saw it yesterday for Cloud9, especially in that game v Ents. So many eco wins. No one could convert against Force Spice or even armorless rounds, so FaZe have to keep their wits about them. Flash to be short, Robs again, trying to take opening space, and he will fire off to find NaVi. Second player ready to swing. Robs is patient. FaZe are in B.
Yeah, there is still a man at short. They're not fully aware about him yet.
Oh,
they might learn about him the hard way. They're clearing out the rest of the site. They will start to lose bodies down in short, and so suddenly Twister's got to be the hero. Will tap out the site player, but one man still to find, and Hobbit
there it is.
Rises to the occasion. He has just stolen away a round that Cloud9 were not supposed to win.
Out of
just
nowhere.
the pistols, and Hobbit delivers. This guy's had a great tournament here in the Pro League. He's going to be needed today in this grand final, and so that is a good step in the right direction.
And absolutely, trio. We always talk about the trio, right? Shiro, Axel, and Hobbit as the third guy, and he's had great group stages. A little bit more quiet in the playoffs. Absolutely had his moments, especially in the mouse game. You know, Groove and Anthony were talking about it, like in a leadership role. He got the group back together, managed to close out that series. And yeah, Cloud9 needs rounds like these, right? Because you see this first kill, and you're thinking, well, is that really necessary? That sort of a play against pistols? You know, but that's just FaZe's style. I mean, they're playing to win. They're taking these risks, then they're reacting.
Not having any idea. They maybe hear the jumps, and they call it over. Brokey takes that shot over the rock.
So would never be ready for someone scoped in on that kind of wider jump up. FaZe looking to go now. Karrigan leading the charge, topping the charts right now. Kickstarting this in great form. Shiro suddenly throwing into holding this A site all alone. One more man out through long. Brokey fires off just a second too soon, and that's given Shiro a chance here. Just sails past him. Back on the bathrooms. Shiro's not letting up, but finally deleted, finally gone, and it falls to Brokey in this clutch. Buster swinging on up. Brokey trying to pick and choose every bullet, but it's Buster to close.
Oh, that's such a relief as well. Shiro thought that molly had stopped Brokey. He thought he had the room to go grab an upgrade, change weapon. His AWP ran out of shots, and Buster had to win that for Cloud9, keeping them in this round and map. Competitive still. That was looking so good for FaZe as well. Twist coming up on short side. All these flash assists, perfect execute utility. Shiro had nowhere to play, but behind the boxes, he somehow...
Look at this one. That's because the money's on the line, like you say. And so Rain tries to move in, tries to lead the charge, but it's into this crossfire. They trade one back and forth, but Hobbit's still alive. They don't know about him. He's boxed into a corner, so can only go 1-for-1 there. Shiro holds the cross and flips the script back in favor. Oh, Cloud9! And that's how he closes the round, Shiro!
Random shot through the box. Nothing to it. But the Shiro effect. And that was a perfect flash out short as well, but Shiro just dodged it by millimeters for the repeat. Show me this. Unbelievable.
Nasty.
Yeah. And FaZe are pissed. They're going for the force and the B rush.
And that's Robs in the 1v2, you know? He's very good in those, so a big kill from Shiro.
Oh, fast play out towards B this time. Cloud9 ready for it, set up nicely. Crossfire between short and barrel. And FaZe are reduced to dust on the attempt to get out through Monster. Flash is still streaming in for Cloud9. They are willing to meet this aggression every step of the way. And they end this one flawlessly. That is a statement. B rushes are not going to help you here, FaZe Clan.
Yeah, just testing the waters, right? Testing the limits of Cloud9, seeing what they can get away with on a low eco round. But 3 points of damage is all FaZe can muster with those pistols. And now they've got to take a breather. This game, which looked to be very dominant, has now flipped back in Cloud9's pocket. FaZe, at bare minimum, have at least done their T side. You can be happy with this, but not satisfied yet.
Yeah, they're going to be, what did they say yesterday? They're going to be content but not happy, right?
Yeah,
considering how the half started, and you know, this is FaZe trying to steal around, really maybe thinking Cloud9 was going to, you know, overthink it or something along those lines. But this is exactly why these rounds are so difficult to execute nowadays, right? The CTs are so aware how to counter them. The protocols are in place. I mean, you saw the two HEs. The first two players for FaZe were red HP before they even got out of Monster. A little bit of shock and awe, but it doesn't work out for FaZe.
Hit by one smoke, one flash, and immediately smoke on the mid molly to give FaZe some room. Cloud9 won't really challenge for this mid control. Haven't seen much of that this tournament. Often okay to let the T's take some space towards toilets, and Shiro sits back on his laurels with the orb. Ooh. Again, Rops, I've never seen him go for this morning opening kill. Something's changed for this guy. He keeps finding first frags for FaZe, or at least taking part in those engagements. That's his 5th attempt. And 4 out of 5 succeeding so far for Rops.
He's going to try again. Yeah, that one though, one step too far. Rain dead up the short side. Axal can't control the spray, but he's got Shiro here. What a terrifying duo to run into inside of this A site. Shiro just going through the motions with this AWP. Now he is going to give them a bit of ground as a result of this. But NaVi can clamp down upon them. Nade is nice.
Oh.
Deals with twists, knocks him out of the round, and Brokey's been mollied out. No plant today. That is a very put-together retake from Cloud9. Starts with NaVi's youth.
And the narrative has changed for this game. Oh, as Robs gets the entry kill on Booster.
Dude, it's crazy how he keeps doing it.
Was there no... There was no smoke from us. He just tried to...
Discovered and learnt about, and Rain never goes peeking. Axal is trapped. Here's the fight, and well, Rain wins it out cleanly. Barely even damage done. 78 HP, Rain still feeling fine. This is a good chance for FaZe, the 5v3, but we've seen these rounds get away from them before. And with 30 seconds left, they've got to nail the execution on this one. Bomb back in mid. Where's it going to end up?
Oh, this is good. Shiro's just jump spotted, but Rain has beat the timing. He's walking up on a close wall. They're making noise at B. This is all just a cell right now. It's going to drop Shiro into lower. That is essentially the round. And Twist is just here on damage duty. He can't get any more, but that is fine. FaZe know they've won this one. Bomb will get planted. Shiro looks to save. Hobbit's coming up.
Hang on.
This would be crazy to attempt. Do they think it's B? No, now they know. The nades start landing in above. And this is the right call for Cloud9. Keep your guns. You need them.
That was a very clean round from FaZe, exactly what they needed after the entry kill on Robs. They slow it down a little bit, see if Cloud9 is going to go for some re-aggression, giving time for Kerrigan to think as well, you know, figure out what could be the correct call in this moment. You'll also worry a little bit about the stack from Cloud9, you know, after Rain gets that kill, even more so. And that's why you can see, right? Like they're getting in position to pretty much fake B. If Twist has some contact, they will just send the bomb towards the A side. If he doesn't, there's still time for Brock to go down connector. He still has a smoke for Heaven, Molly for CT. Like he has the utility to slow down, stop the rotation.
That was the pick. I mean, Buster was ready. He was looking for that fight. Rob's very aware.
And you could see what happened in some of the gun rounds, right? Like Faze, and even in the eco that they won, they were taking long for free. They were getting it, right? Because Cloud9 was playing together with Shiro and Axel, and now they're playing split because of that. Like they don't want to let Faze just have gaps. They see that they're really aggressive in their map control. You know, there it's like, it's all down to that duel. If Axel kills Rain, the round is completely different. And Rain's been having a great game so far, a lot of impactful kills.
Oh, not again, dude. If this keeps happening for Robs. Highway robbery here in Monster. He's been just going flash plays, solo pushes, smoke spams. Robs has kept the pressure high and mighty on this position.
And because he's been doing this like every round, it's not much of a tell. You know that Rops is the one spamming this smoke, but you don't have any idea about the numbers other than that.
This boost isn't that good for Hobby. He's not really that high up. It will work, but they're still going to clear it. I'd like to see him almost drop off and reposition, but they know that Faze are here.
Yeah, Exec coming in now, Rain in the forefront of it. The Monster players, there's one more. Hobbit might be able to hold on to this round! Oh, Hobbit! Lights them up! Another saving round from this man! That could have come up Faze. That should have been their B play. They'd lit up the Monster players. They had them boxed in. They'd gotten through the B site util. But Hobbit just continues rising to the occasion here. He is the veteran.
Up for this A hit. Now they have nothing. And they don't know Shiro's here as well. They need this trade kill at bare minimum. He misses his shot. They run him down. There's help from Axel, and Shiro will perform. There's two more men here. Orb spotted. They're playing just a game of chicken, jumping, shooting, everything. Brokey swaps off. Shiro looks for more. One more shot here in the mag. He's got to make it count.
Oh, doesn't want to waste it on the jump shot. Doesn't want to waste it, but they're coming to him. And Shiro into this A bomb site. Flashed off the angle. And now the long play springs to life. Tries to move in. Axel's got it. Twist.
Not like
and
this.
Brokey kill a piece. And Twist left up in the clutch. A man on a mission. A man trying to make history in this grand final. Left up in the clutch. But is he ready for the deep peek down the stairs? Ooh. He is. Decapitates the first man. They're jogging with the
Eastside overpass, that'd be unbelievable. And what do we know is it's too consistent. It's Rops running out B. He's seen 3 players already if you count that Heaven man. Rops gets in and he can't get out. Buster punishes. It's a huge trade, but he's still taking down the heavy hitter of Hobbit. A fast flank for Axel, but his gun barrel blocks Twist's view.
He's been doing in the back of your mind, and Shiro is nailed by Rain. Wow.
That's sick.
Hell of a shot to open this up, and not looking the right way was NaVi trying to deal with Brokey up through short. It leaves it on Buster. Back in Katowice, there were a lot of questions around this guy. And so now in the 1v2, a lot of pressure on him. He's put work in, he's looked good here. But this is asking a hell of a lot. It's Rain and Brokey in a solidified post plant with a crossfire between the bank and truck, and broke the second half of their map pick.
And Faze Clan did come out swinging, but Cloud9 returned those punches equally, right? Like they came to play as well. Aggressive in some rounds and some early fights here in the pistol round.
Yeah, Shiro didn't
Nice
take
shot
the
from
first.
Shiro.
This is the second most efficient opening fight player in the game right now. Shiro takes that opening kill, and Hobbit will follow up. Rops falls. Rain uncleared for now, but they will see him as they run on down. Rain needs some taps. He's only good for 1. Shiro's P250 sings a song, and Carrigan comes in on a flank that's been heard by Axel. They can turn around. They should turn around, and so Shiro shall. But this flank is still in play for Axel, and the timing might
Axel's
just be
got it.
there. Oh, well, they both fire at the same time. That works perfectly. Pincered. And Cloud9 have cleared B.
That's unlucky for Carrigan. Also, just as he's peeking into Shiro is when Axel dinks him from behind and moves his crosshair too. Aim punches him. And now Twist, you know, hoping that they're going to sneak out long, but Cloud9 going B.
Yeah, I do love what Hobbit did in this round, right? Like, while they're all content with getting up long, the moment they hear that B push, Hobbit is like, well, B's probably clear then, isn't it? If the guy's all the way behind us. And so he just walked into an empty site, and that's a really nice feeling. You know, even in the 4v1, if Twists does something miraculous, I mean, hell, FaZe have not been shy of winning ludicrous rounds with USPs. Not even just limited to pistol rounds in some cases. But yeah, you know, they do well to just avoid him and play the numbers game.
And I was very curious to see how the first half is going to go. You know, FaZe picking T side on Overpass. It's a risk, right? Especially after last time. I mean, you only got 3 rounds on your T side in that Rio game that we discussed. Let me just check. I have some feeling. Yeah, and that was 3 rounds where they won the pistol and won the second round and then lost the third. So that's just like 1 gun round, really, that you managed to win. That's a big risk, and they had a great start in this game. So now you're worried a little bit about Cloud9. You're like, oh, is FaZe just going to snowball this? Are they choking it? You know, it's a grand final. Can they play like they did in the previous stages of the tournament? And they show us that they can, and they step up. Hobbit massively, Shiro, everyone had their rounds. Everyone was contributing. Even Buster, you could see a couple of, you know, ballsy peaks, man, you know, over the Molotov, fights on short, and you like that. You know, they're not being scared. They're not playing not to lose. They're still playing to win, and it isn't going to work every single time. You're going to lose a couple of tough rounds too. It's a very good team, very good players on the other side, but that's the approach you need to have if you're going to have a chance in this grand final.
Yeah, a little pause.
Whose timeout was that? Well, there was no timeout. Am I tripping?
No, there was. You were just talking. And that's okay. I didn't see whose timeout though. Fuck. Back we go. Scout for Brokey, Deagles, nades. You name it, they got it. FaZe all over the place. Twist again with the Julies. He's been talking about these in eco rounds.
Yeah, so that was the Cloud9 timeout coming into this round.
Probably for the best.
And
they left no survivors.
And it already started off on the wrong foot, right? Buster at 12 HP. FaZe seeming to save their utility early on. They got that boost going on B2. And they won't be able to see that. They already aborted now. You know, they can't stay 4B forever. NaVi was putting just a little bit of pressure on A, and that's forcing FaZe to rotate. We'll see if they decide to go for some information play.
It's one way to clear that short peak angle. Twist fires off, but he's got plenty more shots left up. And Karrigan gets caught trying to set up at Monster. They pulled out of that 4B, as you said, but FaZe doubt themselves. They pay the price. Nade's starting to fly over. It's not the exec yet for Cloud9. They've got enough for a second pump, a second wave of utility. And it's all a fake out anyway. NaVi going to get flashed through Monster. 2 blind players, and he'll take 1.5. That'll do. Oh,
another missed smoke out of Cloud9. Rain still inside the site with the Deagle, but he's got so much to accomplish. He does get helped out by Brokey. There's one more man here. That scout lands a tag. This could happen for FaZe. The bomb is out on an island over at short. Brokey can just waste a bit of time here. And it's Buster, the man who was tagged by this scout at the start of the round. Finally finished off now. And Shiro needs this kill.
No way.
Brokey's given him the fight. Robs tags him and stops the plant.
Shiro had to stick it in the face of defeat there. There was no way the Robs was going to give him that 1v1. He got him off the site with seconds.
That round is so crazy. Like, I don't know, the swing from Brokey like put so much fear in you there. It gave Shiro time to plant. Luckily enough, Robs was so fast on that flank. It never comes to matter.
Let's say it was calculated from Brokey. He knew he had a teammate on the flank, right? So he just had to go for the fight.
Sure.
Yeah.
They're up close here. Flash goes in, but it's a deep flash. So up close, Rops wasn't blind. You'll take a 1-for-1 on the back of the MP9 and a tag from that 8.
And actually, this might work out for them.
Oh, they go and they pull back. They're going to get out. Axel can't even punish. They face together, and Twist just forces that kill. No way FaZe should have gotten out. So good, and Karrigan's hungry. He goes back for more. He might have another kill to boot. SMG through the smoke. Hobbit curious about it. Karrigan can't catch him off guard. 2 on 3 now, 30 seconds, still lacking on util. And that question for Shiro is, do I save? Because he's got that AWP and he's so low, it might be too far gone for Cloud9.
Kerrigan, indeed hungry. Was hoping for some tomatoes, but only got lemons.
Sour.
Yeah, left a sour taste in his mouth, right? On that push, ends up giving it away. They will get out with these two.
Determination from FaZe and the attitude, right? Like Rain gets 2 kills and he's still being flashed for a peeking banana. And sure, you would say play the numbers and whatever, but grand final CS,
yeah,
it's a little bit different, right? You also want to set the tone.
Boosting, you know, the guy's boosting of 19 and what, 16 health? That's just wild to have thrown that off. Kerrigan's still peeking. He is 1 shot away from death versus any weapon. And he continues fighting them. Now, Buster's found this cool timing. And for Brokey, it is just a game of timings here. He's got to hope he's on the angle at the right time, because if he isn't, Buster's got a guaranteed kill.
I like this. He could have chased the kill, but he's waiting for his teammate
Everyone
to get close.
else is low. Everyone else is wounded for FaZe. And while they've been fine with that so far, employing little gimmicks like the boost, it gets a lot harder in a retake now. Cloud9 might make something of this round yet, and it's all on the back of Buster's aggro. Kerrigan moving in. Rops in the bank as well. They also have twists on a bit of a backstab, and they might wait for him just to get a little closer. Buster's trying to force some of these fights. Trying to force something. Kerrigan up close, gives the jiggle, and now Twist falls back in the toilets. That's what FaZe were waiting for, and nothing comes through on the flank.
Reaction here. There is no reason for FaZe to move. They have what, in their eyes, is the perfect setup. A light hold on B, but all the info in the world on A. Rain wins his fight, and maybe he just stands still, waits for Brokey to help out. He has to move forward. Brokey in front of the Molotov. He burned from 100 to 0.
No. That they were set up to take. Rops left in the hold alone, and he's overran. This is a Cloud9 round. Gifted it by a Molotov.
Monster. That's a bit of a mistake at the same time as well. This should be a kill for Robs, an opener, and he can drop off as well. It's very unorthodox angle to clear, so he just takes it and keeps it. Will not give Cloud9 the option to return the favor. We'll get spammed out a lot. Bit of karma comes his way, and nades will start to land in B.
Yeah, flashes now. Faze Clan. A much needed round. Cloud9 was starting to build a bit of faith, build a bit of confidence. After securing, a handful of rounds in a row, it was himself.
Through the volley. NaVi with great timing. Rain's not going to know about this, and NaVi starts walking up close, but that's smoke spam to Shiro. He doesn't want to give away his objective, but Rain just gets flashed back in. FaZe continue to spam down aggression the way of Cloud9. They are not fearful right now, and Rain has been at the forefront of FaZe all game. 24 and 17. The experienced player. Not his first Grand Slam attempt. As we said earlier, Season 1, where Rain and Kerrigan in FaZe made a run for it. They got 3 out of 4 notches in order to take it. They couldn't get that last grand final. I mean, it took them a while as well as it has here. They got their 3rd win after their 8th event out of 10. It was a small margin for error. FaZe couldn't complete it. Astralis did. But now FaZe are back in final form and 3 kills away from taking their opponent's first map.
Buster is aware of this long fight, right? It betrayed him last time, and Rops is the one here. Now trying to lock it in. He doesn't have Rain to back him up. Dead earlier in the round, and Rops will get bested in the head-to-head. An important kill for Buster to have found, giving way to a 3v3. This is the map right here for Cloud9. And it's all left riding on the wind of an A play. Util starts to rain in over the top. Brokey with this AWP. Looking for a swing, looking for a fight. Twist wins the opener, and it's just Axal. 1v3, now 1v2. Twist is low, and Axal will get rid of him. It's down to the clutch. He might not have this plant. It's so close, and he just gets it. Just about. Kerrigan, 1v1 for the map, and Axal swings! If he can try thin the herd, maybe. Axal getting involved as the rest of Cloud9 look to fixate on the A play. Faze have got two in at the truck. That offers something up, but Brokey with the trade. Rops flash through, and they're looking to end it here and now. Axal can't manage another last-second clutch. This time, there's too much against him. Surely, 2 kills in the round, but the bomb at long, there isn't time for Axal. Faze have won it to the clock. They steal Cloud9's map pick away and go 1-0 up. 1 map closer to the title here, ESL Pro League, and 1 map closer to the Intel Grand Slam.